Hello people of the internet. Well, here I am today going to do a flip through, which is something that I don't do much anymore, but I bought this book recently and it is the only book I have bought for quite a while. And it's a new Christl Vogl's book, and it's the Christl Vogls Through the Year, Ausmalreise Journey Through the Year, I think that means. And I saw it online at Blackwell's and I was like, ooh, I had a Blackwell's voucher because I got book vouchers from work at Christmas, and they've been sitting there for ages. So I thought I'd have a look through the new colouring books at Blackwell's, and I saw this and I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a new Christl Vogl's book. I am a fan of Christl Vogl. I have all her other books. So I thought I'd get it. Well, it came yesterday when I was at work, and when I came home I had a look at it and I was very surprised. Number one, how large it was. This is very large. If I get one of the existing Christl Vogl's books, which is this size, you can see just how big the new Christl Vogl's book is. If I get my trusty old wooden ruler, the original ones are about 8 inches, 8 and 2, whatever they are. And I think that's the same both directions. Yeah, 8 inches and 2/16, which in centimetres it's going to be probably 21 centimetres, is that? Yeah, 21 centimetres both directions because it's square. And this one is 26 centimetres, 26.5 centimetres, 26.5 centimetres, which in inches is 10, almost 10.5 inches, which is massive. It's a much massiver book, so I was quite excited when I saw it. And then I opened it and I was thinking, hang on a second, I recognise some of these pictures. And so I thought I would, number one, do a flip through, and number two, show you which books the pictures have come out of. So basically what this seems to be is a anthology. I mean, it's called Through the Year, so it's obviously picking, well, if we start off, you can see at the very beginning, after the tips and tricks, it's all in German. So it starts with spring, and basically what they've done is go through her other books and pick 10 or 11 pictures of out of her other books, blow them up much bigger and put them in this book. So let's start from the very beginning. There are no pictures from this book, which is the fairy tales. Is none of them. None of these are in here, which makes sense because this is a fairy tale book. So this has your Cinderellas and your whatever that one is, and Hansel and Gretel and that kind of thing in it. So none of those. So if you have this book, worry not, nothing's in there. So let's start at the beginning of this huge book. It is whatever that type of binding is. So the cover lays flat, and then you've got the binding here. Top do that really a lot with their books, don't they? And obviously there's the intro, all in German. And then we have the same colouring advice, warm colours and cold colours and rainbows and all that lot. And then it starts, and then this binding is quite tight, look, quite tight. You have to push down there to get in that crack. You're really going to have to crack this binding. And we start off with spring, and these pages in the spring section are from this book, which is Christl Vogl's Colouring Journey Adventure of the Flower Elves, Blütenelfen, yeah, Flower Elves. So Colouring Adventure, Ausmalreise always means like colouring journey. And this is Adventure of the Flower, or Adventure of the Flower Elves. Right, so let's have a look. So this is Frühling, spring, and so that's it in the original book. So you can see that's, look at the size difference. I do love colouring these books. Not that I've coloured as many as I would like, but I have coloured some, and I've always been fairly happy with the size of the picture. But then when I saw this giant one, the giant version, I was like, oh, I think I quite like the look of colouring the big one. It just gives you a little bit more scope, doesn't it? One of the things I was thinking of doing, because I've got the little one, some of the pieces are really small, so you can see like the hearts on them bloomers are quite small, and it's bigger there. You can sort of like drill into the details a little bit better. I was thinking of doing this big colouring book with like basing it with alcohol markers. I don't want to ruin the book or anything, because on the page here you get like, it's not really a colouring page, you get a little bit of the story or narrative there, and you get a little baby picture there, but I already have that because it's replicated. So let's have a look. On this next page we've got this one here with a sun in it, right? And that one is he's not there, it is there all the way at the back of the book with a sun in it. So I have that little picture there with a frame around it, so I have that version. So if I did colour this and ruin this page here with alcohol markers, I don't think that would be too much of a problem. This book was $13.99, so, oh, let me just say, $13.99, which is the same price as this size book. These come with 43 colouring pictures in them, these little ones, and this comes with 43 colouring pictures in them as well. Basically it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of the Flower Elves book, and then it has 11 out of the next 3 that I'm going to show you. So let's go through them all. We've already just seen that one there, which is lovely. You can see the snails and the chicks. It's very Eastery looking, that one. Definitely springtime, based the skirts and made of petals and all that wonderful stuff. And then this one again, it seems springtime. I guess what it is, this whole beginning section is springtime. Let's see, this one is the second picture. Is there? You can see the different in sizes. I know we'll go through this whole book like this. This paper, by the way, I think it's thicker. Yeah, it is. That's quite thin. Not thin. This is decent paper. This is no Amazon paper, but this paper, it's on the verge of thin cardstock. Yeah, much thicker. Okay, so let's go to the next one. See, when you turn it, it feels like you're turning 2 pages because it's so thick. Beautiful picture, this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Isn't it lovely? I really like that picture. And that's that one there. It just looks better, just that bit bigger, doesn't it? I think it does anyway. I think it looks more like enticing. This is, I mean, I don't know, I just want to colour a bigger picture. Maybe I'm getting old and I want to colour a bigger picture. And then we have this one here, butterflies and a lovely bird there, frog on the thing. Let's have a look, which one is the 4th one down? That's here, no, 4th one down, that one. Well, so they're not in order in this book. They jumps through this book to find the pictures. So you can see this one here, Gemalt. This one actually is called Gemalt, and this one's just called Gemalt. So there's that rabbit there. They're painting. They are definitely painting. They're painting the flowers. These little flower elves are painting the flowers. Ready for spring, I guess. I love this one. Huge wings. Let's have a look at it in the small one, just out of interest. So you can see it there. Exactly the same picture. So you get basically 10 spring pictures, 10 out of this book. So you get another 33 in this book. I'm not going to compare the rest of them. We'll just carry on flicking through. Yeah, I think they are. We got this one here. It's lovely. Couple of butterflies. There's a boy there, girl, fairy there with wings. And then this one, really nice. This one with girl on a swing, another bird. And then we've got this one, which is called New Shoes. Oh, look at that, that's beautiful. Fairy with a leaf skirt. She's got her new shoes. Look, the little babies with their feet out, putting on their new booties. Really does need breaking in though. I don't know how difficult it is going to be to break that. I have found with Topps books sometimes when they're glue bound, you break the spine and you've got loose pages. And to be honest, I don't think I'd have a problem if these pages came out, because then I would definitely do alcohol marker on them, and I would definitely probably in some ways put them in frames or a folder of some kind. And then we've got this one, which is, look at that, is that a caterpillar? You can see so much more detail in the big version. Beautiful tulips, I think that's what this page means actually, isn't it? Tulips. So, tulips there. And then we've got this one, where these are daffodils, aren't they? And she's squeezing the rain. I guess she's the weather. She's a cloud by the looks of things. Oh, there's a little one underneath there as well. Look, that's very cute. I wouldn't have seen that in the other one. Okay, and then we move on to summer. And the summer ones are all out of this book, which is the mermaid book. And in this one there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 of the pictures are from the next 11. The summer pictures are all from the mermaid book. And again, never thought these was too small really previously until you see them bigger and you see how much more detail. There's a little baby on the potty and the fish bringing them toilet paper. Never noticed that before. The summer ones all come in the book in order. So if I turn over to the next page, which is the waterfall, there we go, there's the waterfall. So it's got the same narrative at the side and it's got the same picture, but obviously smaller. And then the next one is a few pages on. If I turn this one there and then go to that one, there's that one again with the girl on the swing. Beautiful. You can really see the detail of all the fish in her hair and the pearls and everything. I think the bigger version really sort of lends itself better to Christl Vogl's more detailed pictures. So, and then we've got this one. Oh, look at this one when you see this one next. Look at this. It's like riding a sea dragon. He's got a bell on his head. I just never saw this much detail in the small version before. So like I say, there's 11 from the mermaid book into, this one's called The Journey. There we go, sea lion, message in a bottle, a mermaid sitting on the beautiful sunset. I think I will use alcohol markers in this. I mean, it doesn't matter if I ruin it because I've got the little version of it and I can just have some big pen fun in it. There's another one called surfing. And then these ones seem to be having a dance. Yes, auf dem Seil tanzen. Tanzen is dance, isn't it? And then we're having a little dance there. And there's this one with the fish and another mermaid here. She's got a beautiful shell on her head. Lots of fishes. Neon pencils would be nice in there, wouldn't they? I wonder how my neon pencils work on this paper. The playground, Spielplatz, I think that means. Yeah, it looks like it because there's swings and a little sand pit there. Sand pit in the water. Bucket and spade and ball around the edge there. Little babies all playing in it. Big dolphin in the middle there. Kids coming down a slide, or baby mermaids. Merboy. This one's called Wash Day. She's got a little fish in her pocket. Lots of fish. Fish hanging on the line. Look at the little dummy in the baby mermaid. Pacifier. The crabs being used to hang the washi line. I just don't think I noticed all the detail last time in the small version. And treasure chest here. All the animals. Look at that jellyfish. Man, all the neon colours that you could put in that. Seahorse there. Fantastic. And then we move on to Herbst, which is autumn, and all the autumn pictures come out of this one, which is the Enchanted Forest. So this, I thought this was the book that came out first. Probably was actually. I don't know whether I got the publishing date in. It's the first one I got. Still printed in that same way. Yeah, there's no publishing date in it, so I can't tell unless it's at the back. Sometimes, yeah, it is at the back. 2022, so I think this was the first one. I think this was the second one, wasn't it? 2023, yeah. So autumn all comes out of this book. So if we look at the first one here, come mit, it's called in the small book, and you can see, just look, that flower, tiny in that book. Would have been a lot of detail to colour in that book. Look, that little lady there, until I just held her up there, I never even really noticed she was there. She's quite prominent in there, all these little bits and pieces in here. Very nice. And then this one again, I think this one jumps around a little bit, but is mostly in order. This one's called Mother Mouse, which is the next book, next page in the big one. Yeah, Mother Mouse. You can see that one. And then next we've got Ausmalreise. I think they're going for a ride on a mushroom. That's what it looks like. Let's move that out of the way so you can see the big picture. Look at this. Oh. I mean, that's the only problem about using alcohol markers in it. It will ruin that page. But I don't think I care, because obviously I've still got it there. So I can do that one all in pencil. And we've got Puppenspielen, puppet play. Playing with puppets. He's got his finger, he's got his hand up a mushroom there. So, and then Verstecken. Like I say, the rest will come out of that book. Sluggy thing. Look at the little cute mouse's face there. That's adorable. Hide and seek. Are they playing hide and seek? Does look like it. Something like that. Then we've got, this one's just called Babies. And they are all just little babies sitting almost in a nest, but it's not really a nest because this is like a mushroom, I think. But I really like the way that is like circular. And then this is the next one. Don't know what they're trying to do there. The bird is trying to stop the mouse from, well, they're trying to stop the mushroom from tipping over, I think. Hilfe. Is that help? Help, help. Maybe. And then this one, I've actually coloured this one. So in this book, wherever this one comes next. Yeah. So that's it cut. You can really see the size different now. So you can see that one is it coloured in the small book, and that's the size of it in this book. Look at the size of that poppy there. Yeah. It's a big book. It is a big book. So let's carry on looking through this one. So we've got that one, and then we've got this one here. There's more mushrooms again. It does feel very autumny when you look at it from the from the eyes of the season. The pages in this book, you know, they've got pine cones, they've got mushrooms, they've got berries, they've got all that sort of harvesty kind of feel about them. And he's pulling out the bits of the mushroom there and eating it. And there's this one again, really nice picture of a mouse. I don't know who he is, some kind of rock monster. Probably if I translated the German story we would know. And then we move on to winter. And winter, as you can probably guess, all the pictures are in the Christmas version. Forest of the Weihnachtsschwittel. Forest of the Christmas elves. Forest of the Christmas elves. So Christl Vogl was colouring Journey, Forest of the Christmas elves. I think that means, sorry to all my German people who are watching, who are my awful German. I haven't done it for many years. I did live in Luxembourg for a while and spoke quite good German back then. I think mind you, I never had to say Christmas elves, so it wasn't a word that I learned really. So like I say, all the books, all the pages from the winter, the 11 I think there is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, all the 11 pages are from the Christmas book. So we'll just have a look at that first one. You can see the size. This one, very busy page, this one in the small version. So much nicer seeing it in the large version. And I specifically wanted to make this video because I didn't know this was an anthology of work. I mean, even though it's called Throughout the Year, I kind of guessed. It's a bit like Rita Berman's when they did her seasons book through the year. And it was an amalgamation of the spring, summer, autumn, winter books, but that was a little bit more obvious because her books were called spring, summer, autumn and winter, whereas Christl Vogl's books are not specifically entitled the seasons that they are in. So maybe they've just managed to shoehorn, gone, oh look, we can manage to get seasons out of all of her books, or maybe they was always planning to do this. But if you want a taster of Christl Vogl's, this is probably a good book to start with, actually, because number one, it's bigger, so you've got more room to play with, and number two, it gives you a taster of 4 of the books. So yeah, there's little elves, little blowing bubbles to make the Christmas baubles. That is just really cute. Can you imagine if these things were real? Wouldn't that be cute? There's just sitting there all baking, cooking things. So much more easier to see the details. Boots with holes in them there, look. Very cute. This looks like they're eating roast chestnuts and ice skating. That's a Ted. See, I never noticed this before. The snowman is wearing a bikini, because obviously to him, this, or I don't know if he's working a bikini because he's taking a bath, or wearing a bikini because he's effectively snowbathing, because this is his time of year. This is when he comes into his own. Look at the detail in this. Look at the detail in this. Beautiful pages. I really like Christl Vogl's illustrations. I feel that they're a little bit more, they're very similar sort of to Klara Markova, but Klara Markova's ones are, these are cuter faced. I think the elves have got cuter faces than Klara Markova's. They're more, dare I say it, realistic, because they're not realistic at all, are they? Or are they? Maybe they are. But yeah, I much prefer the illustrations that Christl Vogl's has done in the past, because she's a very old lady now. None of these illustrations are new. These are all parts of books that she used to do. They've converted to colouring pages. You know, she brought out some colouring books. I bought one of them. I bought it from Amazon Germany, and when it turned up, its paper was so slick and shiny you couldn't colour on it. I had to send it back. It was like totally uncolourable. So when Top actually brought her illustrations and made them into these books with this really nice paper, it really made it easier to colour her illustrations, which is good because they're really cute. So I think she's about 85 or 90 or something now, Christl Vogl's. If she's not, I apologise. I will look it up in the edit and put it on the screen so see whether I'm right or not. There's a little elf here looking through the toy shop window. And then there's a Christmas tree here. Look, see, look how big Santa's face is through the window. So these little things are tiny. You know, if that's the size and that's his head, these elves are about that big. Adorable. Well, they're the size of mouses, aren't they? And that's the last one. And then at the back it's got a very sturdy piece of cardboard before the back cover. So there you go, huge book. And that is my flip through of Christl Vogl's Ausmalreise Through the Year, so colouring journey through the year. And if, like me, you didn't know it was an amalgamation of these 4 books, then now you do. So I'll either save you some money, or, well, either way I'll save you some money, because you'll either won't buy it because you've got these, or you will buy it because you haven't got these. But I'm guessing that if you fancy the illustrations and you've never tried Christl Vogl, this may be a good way to go. So thanks very much for watching. I did say that my next video would be the Battle of the Brush Markers, but I am really, really busy at work now for the next 2 weeks. It's appraisal time. So I thought I'd just make this video quickly, and I'll get to the Battle Brush Markers as soon as I can. So take care, everyone. Thanks very much for watching. Bye!